Today's video is brought to you by Audible.com. When you don't have time to read and you still want to get the classics, Audible.com's your friend. What's going on, people of the Techverse? Welcome back once again to Tech of Tomorrow. Now, if you're like me and like many folks out there, you want a good cell phone, but you don't always have that $898 price tag to buy yourself one that's unlocked. And let's just face it, having an unlocked phone is better all around because you can use it with whoever you want to, whenever you want to, and pretty much the good ones you can take around the world because of their features. Now, today we're going to take a look at a cell phone by the people over at ZTE. Now, this phone I've seen for as low as $220. I left a comment on Twitter and other people said, wow, they were able to get this phone for cheap as well. And this is the Axon 7 Mini. This phone is actually $299 on their website, but we've seen it for as cheap as $250 even right now going on over on Amazon. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to have a secondary phone that has a lot of features and works great, I think this is a really cool device. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I wasn't paid any money by this company to say anything about the phone. They did provide the phone and they did provide us a SIM card for a month of service so we could check the phone out. But beyond that, we're not paid any money. But I have to say though, that I'm actually impressed with this phone quite a bit. The features are very well. Starting off in the front, we have a 5.2-inch full AMOLED HD screen, features the Gorilla Glass Generation 4, so you know it's nice and tough. This thing actually features a Snapdragon processor. It has a Qualcomm 617 and an Adreno 405 dedicated to the GPU, so it has a lot of power under the hood. You get full 1080p filming at 30 frames per second. Unfortunately, there is no 4K filming whatsoever on this phone at this moment, but that's okay. 720 is a little bit better, and you actually have slow-mo filming as well. As far as the resolution goes, the 7 Mini has a 1920 by 1080 full HD resolution with 423 pixels per inch. And the speed on that Qualcomm processor is 1.5 gigahertz, and if I didn't mention it before, it is a quad-core processor. Now, other features of the phone are a very nice camera set. You have an 8-megapixel camera in the front for doing all your selfies and all that stuff, and on the back you get a full 16-megapixel camera. Now, this camera offers all pretty much the same features that you see on all the major brands. Now, the editing software and stuff on it probably is not as intense as some of the stuff like we saw in Pixels and some of the others, but still, as an all-around, solid camera, these features are all there. But on the photography side of things, the 7 Mini actually really shines. It has so many manual options, you'll be very impressed. In fact, when I first picked it up and started taking pictures, I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. It's almost like being in the cockpit of a plane. It actually even shows you how it's balanced, your offsetting, what angle you're even shooting at. Very impressive as far as that goes. And we'll show you a couple shots right here. You guys can see it takes very excellent pictures. In fact, this is one of the features that the company really touts about the phone, is its ability to take great photos. And I have to say, as you can see, it handles that very well, especially for a phone that you can get for under $250. And for those of you wondering what comes in the box, let's real quick see everything that comes inside of the box of the Axon 7 Mini. You get the phone itself. You get a cool charging cable, which is USB Type-C. You get the power adapter for the wall. You get headphones. And the one that I actually got came with a phone case inside the phone. I think this is actually standard. So when you get your phone, you'll not only get the phone, you'll get the accessories and a nice little case to keep it safe. Audio is another feature that most, companies that are releasing their smartphones, they talk a little bit about it. They don't really, too much tout about it because most of them have crappy speakers. They don't have the ability to record hi-fi. I mean, there are some that out there, we all know there are, but there are others that just don't, and they still cost a lot of money. The 7 Mini, however, it has stereo speakers built right on the side, so your stereo sound, actually when you're looking at your phone, actually sounds like stereo stuff. It has bass enhancement. It actually uses the design of the phone itself and its aluminum frame to create a bass-like sound. So your sound is quality, it's bassy, and you can hear it really well. And also it's great if you're out and you're recording stuff, it has sound dampening, and excuse me, I'm kind of stuttering there a little bit. It has actually sound dampening effects. So if you're out in the concert screaming loud, the suppression on the phone is going to keep those sounds from overloading the microphones. There are actually 2 microphones built into the phone, and they both have that feature. So whether you're screaming at it or you're at a concert, outdoor music, the phone's going to be able to actually record that and handle it very well. And I don't know how this phone actually does it, but it says that it has Dolby Atmos featuring 7.1 audio right on the smartphone. So maybe you could like plug in a set of surround sound speakers into it and you could take advantage of all that. You know, like maybe you could like run the phone into like a device for like running your video and then the audio could come out and you could get that great stuff. I haven't gone that far into testing with it. I've only had the phone for about a week, but I'm curious to see if it actually can really do 7.1 audio like it says on the website. Are you? Let me know down below. The Axon 7 features 3 GB of internal memory and 32 GB of internal storage, but you can expand this because you can pull out a little slot where you can not only put in an SD card to get 128 GB of additional storage, you also have space to stick in 2 SIM cards. You can have one SIM card while you're in the States or wherever you're at in your area, and then when you travel abroad, you stick in the other SIM card and voila, you're up and going all around the world with the phone. Battery life is something that's also very, very important. Now, inside of the 7 Mini, you have a 2705 milliamp hour battery, which offers 15 hours of talk time, 270 hours of standby time, and charging it through the Qualcomm 2.0 fast charge, you can charge your phone in 90 minutes to a full charge, and in a half an hour, you can have it at 50% charge. So that's pretty cool. You can almost be up and going without having to sit around for a long time scratching your butt wondering, when's my phone gonna charge? The only thing, if you're a power user or a person who likes to carry around multiple batteries, the back is not removable at all in the 7 Mini, so you can't take the battery out. It's there for good. As far as performance testing, we ran Geekbench, which is a standard test that most everybody runs, and we can see that the score isn't that great due to the fact the processor is a little bit older technology, but for this price, it's still doing really solid. One thing that I know is kind of a really minute thing, but I think is pretty cool, is the ability to change your wallpaper on the fly. So if you get sick of what you're looking at, turn the phone back on, you just simply swipe your finger. Swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, and change it around. And for security features, just like other phones, this phone features a fingerprint scanner, or a thumbprint scanner rather, and that way you can be locked out of your phone, and the only way you can get through it is through biometrics. So unless they cut off your thumb, no, you know that I'm only joking about that, but it's a great way to keep people out of your phone and a great security feature. And for a phone, that's at this, I consider to be on the lower end of the spectrum, it's pretty nice. Currently, I've teamed up with Audible.com to offer you guys something really cool. You guys can now get a free trial for 30 days for absolutely no money whatsoever. Audible.com has an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original programming, news, comedies, and more. Pretty much, if you want to listen to it, Audible has it for you. The cool thing about audiobooks is that you can listen to them no matter what you're doing. Whether you're driving, whether you're at the gym, whether you're at work, whatever else you're doing, you can't focus on reading, audiobooks is great because you can sit back and just be the audience and listen. And best of all, right now, you can get a free audiobook for just trying it out for 30 days. And this is absolutely free to you with no charge. So you can pick out some absolutely cool book you've been wanting to read or just listen to, and you can do it just by subscribing for 30 days. And best of all, right now you can get your own free audiobook just by going over to audible.com/tomorrow, sign up for that free 30-day trial, which costs you nothing, and simply sit back and enjoy your first book on Audible. For those of you who follow the channel, you guys know that I'm heavily into music. So the first thing that I did when I went over to audible.com is I looked up books on music, and I found a really excellent one by Tony Iommi. Now, if you guys don't know him, he's the guitar player from Black Sabbath. Now, this to me is like one of the very classic metal bands. Pretty much the guys who brought in the whole doom metal genre are these guys. And having a book about him was perfect for me because all I have to do is sit back, play my guitar, and just listen to the book. And he has a lot of great things to say about his life and the band, and not having to actually sit down and read it and focus on that allowed me to just enjoy my life and still enjoy all the things that he had to say about his life. Now, you can choose a book to those same type of things for your enjoyment. That way you can just sit back and listen and enjoy. Honestly, if you try it once, I think you'll be hooked because it's great when you're driving. And like I said earlier, sometimes you don't want to listen to music at the gym. You don't want to watch news on TV, but maybe you want to hear something cool, like listen to the Lord of the Rings and hear about their adventure while you're doing yours. So to get your free 30-day trial and your first audiobook for free, just head over to audible.com/tomorrow and let the fun begin. All right, fans, there you have it. The ZTE brand new Axon 7 Mini. A lot of features for under $300. Now, at the last part of the video, we're actually using the Axon 7 to film and record everything. So what you're seeing right now is actually just the phone recording. It's just me, you, and the phone. Now, like usual, all the details of this video will be down below that like button. So if you guys like this thing, I always want to hear you guys' comments. Let me hear what you have to say about it. Like I said before, people said on Twitter when I released it that they really like this phone a lot. So I think for the price, if you definitely need a secondary phone and don't want to break your good when you're going around the world, this is a serious choice to think about. I'm Elric. You guys have been watching Tech of Tomorrow. We'll see you guys back on here for more tech.